Hey guys, it's Bailey. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be continuing the 50 States Build series. I got the idea for this series from Grippy, so if you'd like to check her out, I'll have her channel linked in the description down below. This is only the second video in this series, and I thought it would be fun to build a New Mexico-inspired home. I feel like New Mexico has a really unique style, which definitely isn't one that I build in a whole lot. In researching for this build, I noticed that Pueblo Revival or Adobe style homes were the most common. Adobe style homes are made from compressed, dried mud bricks. They have thick walls, flat roofs, with rounded edges and earthy brownish red colors. Pueblo Revival homes, on the other hand, are inspired by the traditional adobe homes of the Pueblo people. They are recognizable by having flat or sloping roofs with rounded edges and thick walls made of adobe or stucco. The interiors of these houses often have earth tone finishes and tiled flooring. A lot of New Mexico architecture pays homage to its unique cultural history by combining the classic adobe brick style with Spanish and Native American influenced architecture as well. The cities that you can most commonly find adobe and Pueblo Revival architecture include Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Taos. I think for this house, I really tried to go for that more adobe style, but also added a few modern touches in where I could. For the exterior of this build, I went for a yellowy or beige toned stucco from the Jungle Adventure game pack and used base game windows that were closer to the style of Oasis Springs. For this build, I mostly used items from base game, Jungle Adventure, and the new For Rent expansion pack. I built this home in the world of Oasis Springs, so for landscaping, which you guys will probably see a little closer to the end, I used a lot of cacti and small desert plants. I only used one small tree on the lot, which I noticed was scattered around Oasis Springs as well. I'm honestly really proud of how the exterior turns out, and I think it could be guessed as a New Mexican inspired home fairly easily. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And on the interior of the home, I used tile in the main living space and darker wood flooring from Jungle Adventure in the bedrooms. For the walls in the kitchen, I used the tile and stucco combination from Jungle Adventure as well, and then continued the plain stucco for most other walls in the house. For decorations and rugs, I tried to use items that seemed very Spanish or Native American inspired. This house only has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, which is very different from what my Texas house had. I think my Texas house had like 4 bedrooms, but I think this was a little easier. So now let's get on to some basic facts about New Mexico. So to start, the state capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe, and New Mexico's nickname is the Land of Enchantment. This nickname was earned because New Mexico has a lot of beautiful scenery from mountains and forests to deserts. Some of you may wonder how New Mexico got its name. Actually, when the Spanish set out to explore the area, they hoped to find land that was as valuable as what they'd found earlier in Mexico. Therefore, they dubbed the area Nueva Mexico, meaning New Mexico. The New Mexican state bird is the great roadrunner, and the state flower is the yucca. New Mexico was the 47th state added to the Union. The province that was once Spanish New Mexico actually included all of present-day New Mexico, most of Colorado and Arizona, and slices of Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Wyoming. New Mexico has 2 main aspects for its economy, which are scientific and mining. About half of the state's income from natural resources comes from oil and natural gas, but they also mine a lot of uranium, copper, coal, zinc, and silver and gold as well. New Mexico actually is home to more PhD holders per capita than any other state in the country because it hosts the Sandia National Laboratories and a number of other research facilities, along with Los Alamos National Laboratory and Intel. Also, interestingly enough, Microsoft was actually established in an Albuquerque garage. Speaking of Albuquerque, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is the world's largest balloon event and makes the city known as the ballooning capital of the world. Speaking of New Mexico cities, the town Gallup calls itself the Indian capital of the world and serves as a trading center for more than 20 different Indian groups, and every August it's the site of the Intertribal Indian Ceremonial. One fun place to visit in New Mexico is the Carlsbad Caverns National Park, which is home to thousands of bats and is an amazing place to hike and sightsee. The largest chamber of Carlsbad Caverns is more than 10 football fields long and about 22 stories high. Also, have you guys heard of Smokey the Bear, the national fire safety symbol? Well, fun fact, there was actually a little cub that was trapped in a tree when his home in Lincoln National Forest was destroyed by fire. This led to, in 1963, the New Mexican legislature chose the black bear to be the official state animal in honor of Smokey the Bear. Also, some famous people that are from New Mexico include singer John Denver, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, singer and actress Demi Lovato, animator and voice actor William Hanna, and screenwriter George R. Martin. Now for some weird laws that New Mexico has, starting with the fact that it's a petty misdemeanor to spit on any public property building or sidewalk. Additionally, it's a petty misdemeanor to trip a horse, and it becomes a fourth-degree felony if that horse is hurt. So you guys make sure to be nice to any horses you encounter. Also, if any of you girls go to Carrizozo, make sure to bring your razor. Apparently, it is illegal for a woman to appear unshaven in public. Speaking of women, it's also technically illegal in some areas of New Mexico for women to pump their own gas or change a tire. Finally, if you guys want to wear a sombrero in New Mexico, feel free, but just make sure you take it off before dancing to avoid breaking the law. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on this video and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you'd like to download this build for your game, my gallery ID is baileyboochis. I'll have all the information for this build in the description down below. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series, and please feel free to leave me any suggestions for the next state I should do in the comments down below. Anyways, please enjoy the screenshots. Bye!